What's going on, guys? Today, I've got a monk build that I've been using and it absolutely shreds all content that I've been working through. This build guide will show you the basics of the build, and I've included a Mobalytics link for those who'd rather read than listen. So, the basis of the build is based off of a ring called Pulse Cirkeln, which states enemies shielded by your hits can be shattered as though frozen. And typically, if you're playing a lightning monk, you don't really have a way to freeze enemies, but we have skills in the passive skill tree such as Essence of the Mountain and Eye of the Blizzard, which will give you extra cold damage on top of your lightning damage, which will allow you to chill enemies, which then will be shattered because of the ring special effect. So the way that we achieve those big explosions that you see in the beginning of the video is using a spirit buff called Herald of Ice, which, while active, shattering an enemy with an attack hit will cause an icy explosion that deals attack damage to surrounding enemies. So I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown on what skills we're using and what support gems we're using in those skills. So we're going to be using Storm Wave as our primary attack. We're going to run Upheaval on it so it throws out more projectiles, Primal Armament for more damage, Lightning Infusion for more damage, and Ambush for more crit hit chance. So Ambush is going to nearly double our critical hit chance for this attack, and since we have 43% here and it's a flat, 100% boost, we're going to be looking at 86% crit hit chance on this attack. We have Combat Frenzy down here, which states whenever you freeze or electrocute or pin a target, we're going to generate a Frenzy charge, and using a skill in the passive skill tree, that Frenzy charge turns into a Power charge, which we are then going to use on Charge Staff to increase our damage. You're going to run Perfusion in this, so that way we have 50% chance more to get an additional charge. And then we're using Tempest Bell for our extra bossing damage. Pretty much all you do is you throw this down on top of the boss and you smack it as many times as you can, and it's going to give you a ton of damage. So we're going to throw Close Combat on it, we're going to throw Heavy Swing, and we're going to throw Leverage for more crit hit chance. And this is Charge Staff. This is what we're generating those power charges for. It's going to give you just a flat buff on all of your attacks, more DPS. We're going to have Persistence on here for more duration of this buff. We're going to have Innervate for gaining lightning damage upon killing enemies with this. We're going to have Electrocute so that way we can electrocute targets with this attack, which is going to stun lock them. And then Neural Overload, which is going to allow us to get that electrocution quicker. It doesn't take nearly as much build up. We're then going to run Wind Dancer down here for survivability. Every stage you're going to get 19% more evasion. You got 3 stages. We're going to run Pin on it so that way if a target smacks you and this goes off, it's going to pin them and hopefully give you some time to blink out. We got Herald of Ice on here. This is the skill that's causing those big explosions. We're going to run Cold Infusion on it for more cold damage. We're going to run Elemental Focus for more elemental damage. And we're going to run Magnified Effect for more area of effect. This is very important. You need to make sure you have this on here, if anything. So Tempest Flurry down here, this attack we just used to generate the combo needed to drop the Tempest Bell. You need 4 charges of combo to drop the bell. You just smack the boss 4 times with this, and then you can throw the bell on top of them, and then you use your Storm Wave attack to hit them with it. So on this, it doesn't really matter, but I throw Crescendo, I throw Martial Tempo for more speed, and Rage. The Rage is just a little small damage boost that you can get on it, which is kind of helpful. And these two down here are kind of extra. You don't have to run these if you don't have the spirit for it, but I'm running Cast on Shock with Comet, and then Energy Retention and Impetus, and Blink with Clarity and Ingenuity. So the Cast on Shock thing, that's just for extra damage on bosses and mobbing. It's not mandatory, it's just kind of helpful. If you don't have good mana, I wouldn't run this. And Blink is more of a survivability thing. Also, if you don't have the spirit for it, just run a normal dodge and throw something else down here, like Ghost Shroud or anything like that. The Blink is just going to allow you to teleport like this, back and forth. It has a pretty short cooldown, but it's going to let you get out of kind of weird situations that you get yourself into. So the way that we use this many spirit gems and have this much spirit down here without having to allocate it in your gear is by using a skill in the passive skill tree called Lead Me Through Grace. You can get this by doing the trials to get your ascendancy points, which you do need to be running Invoker Monk if you want to generate your spirit this way, otherwise you'll have to get it in your gear. So Lead Me Through Grace will let you get spirit based off your evasion or your energy shield on your body armor. So you want to roll really high evasion or a mix of evasion and energy shield in your body armor, which will let you have enough spirit to kind of power all of these skills down here. So I'm going to give you guys a rundown on what type of stuff you're going to be looking for on your gear to kind of make the build go round. So on your quarterstaff, you're going to want as high physical damage as possible, as Storm Wave converts 80% of that into lightning damage. So more physical damage on here equals more Storm Wave damage. You're going to be looking to get things like crit chance, attack speed, and melee level on your quarterstaff. That way you can increase your DPS. On your gauntlets, you're going to be looking to get melee skill, crit damage bonuses, and attack speed to increase your DPS. On your body armor, you're going to be looking to get as high evasion or energy shield as possible, so that way we can have as much spirit as possible. On your helmet, you want crit hit chance, that way we can crit more often. On your boots, you're going to be wanting more movement speed, that way you can map faster and kind of avoid attacks and just get in and out of places quicker. On your belt, you're going to want to get all the resistances that you need to fill out, and I like to get one that has this flask recovery applied instantly, as if I do get hit, I can just hit my heal button and it's going to apply 20% of my value directly onto me, so that way if I do get hit and I'm kind of low health and I don't want to wait for my slow life regen, I can just instantly apply that to kind of save me. On your rings, of course, we have our one ring that the build's revolving around, which it has cold resist on it and more cold damage. We have a ring that's going to increase my lightning damage, more lightning resistance, and I have mana regen on here because since the attacks do cost so much mana, you do need to keep it up. So this mana regeneration rate is going to help a ton. On my amulet, I have 50% increased evasion rating. This is going to make me get hit way less. I also have crit hit chance, that way I can crit more often for more damage, and I also have more mana regeneration on here so I can keep my skills up. So I'm going to give you guys a rundown on the gameplay loop of the build, just so you have an idea of, kind of what's going on. So pretty much you're going to be shocking some enemies with your Storm Wave, and you'll generate some power charges. You then pop them, and then you just watch every single thing that you attack turn into a big icy explosion. So that's going to be it for the video, and I appreciate you guys coming by and watching the video. You guys let me know what else you want to see, and feel free to check out my Twitch, which I'll have linked down here in the bottom. You should also have my TikTok linked. You guys let me know if you want to see any more content like this, and I appreciate you guys stopping by. Thanks.